Hey guys, I hope you're having a great week. I'm really enjoying reading your discussion boards at this point because we're getting into some pretty interesting physical activity sessions, which makes me happy. I know it's been a couple weeks, but your kickboxing discussion boards really made my week. It seemed that almost everybody enjoyed kickboxing, and the feedback that I got was that you loved it and you were going to try and find a class or use those videos again. And so that excites me, and that is really, really awesome that you guys enjoyed kickboxing. That's all I can say about that. I'm thrilled. Um, as for last week, your Pilates workout, I'm sifting through them still, and it seems like everyone's enjoying Pilates and a new experience and kind of slowing down from kickboxing, so that's nice. And I'm glad that you guys are enjoying these new physical activities, and I appreciate you stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying new things. And I hope that you have found something that you really enjoy thus far this semester that you didn't know that you would have, or you didn't expect it. And if not, I hope we find it by the end of the semester. That's always my goal, is to give you a new takeaway for this semester and to find something new to promote a healthier lifestyle just for you. So I'm excited about that, and it seems like from the feedback that we're getting in discussion boards that we're really getting there, and a lot of people are enjoying a lot of different things they didn't expect to. So thank you again for doing that and trying different things. Moving forward this week, we're talking about infectious diseases, which I know is everybody's favorite topic, but we do have to talk about them, and so please just don't glaze through them or, like flip through them like, oh, screw it, I don't want to talk about STDs. That's fine. Because they are important and they continue to grow. As society grows, we continue to grow with STDs and STIs. So it's a very important topic that we discuss, and so that's why we're doing it. It's not just to bore you, it's not just to terrify you with the wonderful pictures that I've included in your PowerPoint. If you're watching this before your PowerPoint, heads up that there are some rather gruesome photos in there, but that's just to show you the reality of the situation. And sometimes you don't know what to look at, you don't know what to expect. So again, that's why I'm giving you the photos, not to terrify you or gross you out, but to show you the reality of the situation sometimes. I'm not going to spend too much time on this video. I did a breakdown of the PowerPoint, and you will notice that I'm going pretty quickly through the PowerPoint, and that's because some pieces of it I don't really feel like I need to over elaborate on. They're pretty self-explanatory, or if you do have questions, please let me know. I'm always happy to address those. Please don't forget about your book readings as well, that they will probably clarify a lot of different questions that you might have. But for this week, I want to reiterate the points that I did in your slideshow of a couple of the different things. So women are more at risk for STIs, which again, sexually transmitted infection, not a disease. I want to hit that point home that infections are completely different from a disease. If we said STIs and STDs are the same thing, that would be like saying the flu and HIV are the same thing. The flu is an infection, HIV is a disease. So make sure we're using these words and terms appropriately, so that way we're educating those that were around us about what the difference is between STI and an STD, because in the long run, a disease is something that we can't get rid of, and an infection is something that we can get rid of. So please make sure we're using the right terminology for that. So again, moving forward, women are at higher risk for STIs. 1 in 5 women get an STI and 1 in 9 men get an STI. So women are at higher risk. When we're talking about infections, there are different types of infections. You have acute, chronic, and latent infections. Acute is short term, anywhere between, like 2 days to 2 weeks type of thing. Chronic infection, things that we can't get rid of. And latent infections are something that we're exposed to and that typically crop up at some point in our lives along the way. So an example of an acute infection would be a cold or a flu. A chronic infection would be HIV, and then a latent infection would be something like chickenpox, mono, things of that nature. You also need to be aware of the stages of infection. So your first stage is incubation, prodrome, illness, and then convalescence. So make sure you're paying attention to those. I cover those in your slideshow. The other thing that you should be aware of is Remember, we talk about antibodies and antigens, and make sure you know the difference between antibody and antigen. So just to reiterate the fact that an antigen is a foreign body that comes in, and the antibody targets that foreign body, also known as an antigen, and marks it for destruction. So the antibodies are what's working in favor for our immune system most of the time, unless we have an autoimmune disease. So the antibodies are good, and the antigens are usually bad, unless in extenuating circumstances. And then the only other thing is the most common STI in the United States is HPV, which is human papillomavirus. So those are the most common things that I wanted to hit on. And if you have any questions this week, please let me know, and I will be happy to address those. And as usual, I hope you have a fantastic week.